Welcome to Lana's Homestead and my one-year permaculture garden. I've taken it from grass to sheet mulch to thriving food forest.
Welcome to the homestead. Today I'm just doing some winterizing in the garden. And so this area is where I'm going to have my fruit trees, my little orchard, and my fruit tree guild. And I don't want to have grass here anymore. It's a pain because if any plants start growing long and getting into the section, then you gotta like mow around it. So I'm going to eradicate all the grass. I'm going to put down a layer of cardboard and then cover it up with a layer of wood chips. And the wood chips are also really good for the soil. So mulch is really great for your soil. So it's going to sit here all winter.
Some of the materials that we're using is just regular old cardboard boxes that we've saved and paper bags. So I've been getting a produce delivery since COVID started, and they package it all in paper bags. And I've been saving all the paper bags. So you layer the cardboard down first. It's natural, it'll decompose, and it'll for sure kill the grass. So it's not trash. You can find a lot of purposes for it. So for this main garden bed, I decided to increase the size of it. I got some more free wood on Craigslist, so
Here I'm just moving it out, making it larger. So for this middle section of the bed, I used to have 2 small paths running down the center. I guess I was thinking that I could maximize the growing area by having 2 small paths. But what really ended up happening was I had this very large space in the middle of the bed that was basically just filled with weeds, and I couldn't even reach inside of there. So I decided to change the shape. I'm trying this permaculture design called the keyhole. So as you can see, it's very narrow at the entrance and then gets wider into a round shape, like where the key would go. So now there was just sort of some weeds and grass growing in this section, so I'm going to cover it up with cardboard. It's going to kill all the weeds and grass. So in this section, I had a lot of things growing, and I also had a lot of problems with the wild violets. They actually had some good benefits for me. They had some pretty flowers, so they attracted pollinators, and they actually worked as kind of like a mulch. They shaded the soil, so it helped keep it moist for longer. So I left them in. They didn't deter my other plants' growth, so I left them in. But now I would be doing a chop and drop method. So that would be, I would cut all of the dead plants and like this kale plants here that are still green. This is a good specimen because it is still green, so it has a lot of good nitrogen in it. So you would cut it down into smaller pieces and sprinkle that on top of your growing area, and then just leave it in there, and it's like just a natural compost. Since I have so many violets, I'd like to deter their growth next season, so I'm just going to basically do another sheet mulch on top of a previous sheet mulch that I had done last year. So the violets, they're very green still. They're going to provide nitrogen. So underneath is the violets, and then I cover it up with the cardboard, and then I will cover it up with, you could do dead leaves, you could do pine needles, you could do straw or hay. I have an abundance of downed leaves, so that's what I'm going to use for my sheet mulch. So now that I've got all the cardboard down, I'm just gonna get it wet with the hose. This is just gonna help speed up and get the decomposition process started. It also keeps the cardboard down so it doesn't fly away. Now I'm just gonna cover all the cardboard areas with some downed leaves, and then it'll just sit all winter long and decompose. And then in the spring, when I'm ready to plant, I will have to cover all of this area up with new compost and bury all the leaves. A lot of it will be decomposed, but some of it won't be, so it needs to be covered up to planting too. So now in this keyhole space, I'm going to lay out a space for a herb spiral. So the herb spiral maximizes the natural force of gravity, and it allows water to drain freely and seep down through all the layers. This leaves a drier zone at the top. That's good for plants that like drier soil. And then you can put your most moist plants at the bottom, your water lovers down there. And then it creates microclimates. And it allows for you to have a diverse range of herbs in a variety of positions. So your northern side would be more shady versus your southern side would be more sunny. And then you can have different levels, kind of goes up. So I'll make another video on actually how to do the herb spiral in the spring. Show you guys how to do that.